Well, Katlego Bereng, whose burnt body was discovered in Thabo Mangaung prison cell, has been laid to rest today. A post-mortem report confirmed that the 32-year-old died from blunt force trauma to the head and was already dead before the fire broke out in Bestes cell 35. Bereng's body was used as a decoy last year in the convicted rapist and murderer's elaborate escape from jail. Our senior reporter Silindelo Masikane is covering the funeral, and she joins us live now from Bloemfontein. Slee, good morning once again, colleague. I mean, quite an emotional week it has been for both the Bereng and Mpulo families, and I understand Katlego's memorial service taking place on Thursday. I can imagine a lot of emotions are shown during the memorial service.
Absolutely, and I think we're expecting much of the same today, where, of course, his family, his friends, and those who really loved Katlego Bereng will be saying their final goodbyes. We are at the venue of his funeral, where, of course, we are seeing church leaders already coming inside. We are expecting the family to also arrive any moment from now. We understand that the program is expected to start perhaps at around 8:30 this morning, and like you've said, it's been an emotional week and an emotional couple of weeks for his family, who have had the devastating news of finding out that his body was used in that elaborate, calculated escape of Thabo from the Mangaung Correctional Center. But to just give us more context as to who Katlego Bereng was to his community, I'm joined by Ms. Judith Williams. I understand you worked quite closely with Katlego. Maybe for those who don't know him, just give us a picture. Who was this young man?
Katlego was a very, very vibrant child. I can say he's a child because he's younger than me. I came to know Katlego in 2016 when he came and joined the branch, which is Kopanong branch. We are Celtic supporters. So Katlego came, but there were many older people that were before us. They came and they welcomed Katlego. He was the youngest at the time when he came, and when he loved to sing, and he had a voice. So he would sing, and the old ladies would just be jolly and everything. Then he said, you know what, leadership, I want this branch to grow. Because in this area, there are many supporters, but they are not members of this branch. Can we embark on recruiting them? And that is where me and him started working together. And it ended up being me chosen as the chairperson of the branch and him being my deputy. We worked very, very tirelessly. And we launched the branch in 2017, and we launched again in 2018, because every year we launched the branch, new members coming in. And then I was going to the national conference, and I was elected in the National Executive Committee. That was, I had to step back, and he had to step up to be a chairperson. Now he said, no, these old people, they won't listen to me. They will say I'm young. They know I support you, then they will support you as well. And I'm happy to say my branch people, they embraced him. If he didn't know, they will teach him, even in my presence or absence. And we will go to trips. We go to other branches launching outside of Bloemfontein. He was always there, singing and everything. And like last year when his mom said Katlego was missing, we thought that maybe he went somewhere with his friends, and we asked around. Nobody has seen Katlego. Then we said, man, maybe he'll pitch up one day. And then we also have meetings, and the mother was always coming to the meeting because she's also a member. I say, Katlego, any news? No, we don't know leadership, and I'm going here and there searching, but tireless hope he's coming back. I was hit very, very deeply when I opened my Facebook and I saw his father's post saying, we've been searching and now we've just heard of it. This is... before then, we were not interested in, we are like, okay, he escaped Thabo, but we don't know why, we don't know who. But now, because Katlego is one of our own, that is where the pain came real, you understand? If you remember, on Thursday, we had a memorial service. I arranged a memorial service, and I had to do a roll call. I told myself I won't cry, but it broke me. It broke me, because saying his name out loud and him not responding, because every time when I called him, he would say, my leader. Now there was no words, and like it broke me. But for us as supporters, we've lost an inspiring leader to be. A loving person, a vibrant singer. Now we don't have a team, but maybe one day we'll have a team. He won't be there anymore. So the pain will come real. Because, when we heard Katlego is no more here, people who had videos of him, they will just share. And then I had these videos, and I went to and see with his mom and said, I have the videos of Katlego. I don't want to show you to you because you will cry. Because here you see how Katlego is, singing with his friends, celebrating whatever they were celebrating. So now he said, no man, just hold them back, you'll give me after the funeral so that I can watch them, because that is the last time I'll hear his voice. He said, no, I'll give them to you later. But now, for me, today is going to be very hard, because today it will be like really, he is no longer here. Because now you're saying, okay, he's gone, but see in the coffin, you know how it is. It is it. And Marcelo, all around, they've been calling. Even yesterday, some of them from Pretoria, from Tembisa, they arrived. And we were there at the mother's place. They felt like they needed to travel to come here, because they knew him as well, because he was always going to Joburg to games and everywhere. So now I'm saying this funeral is going to be so much hard for Marcel, because most of us know him personally, not like but we know him personally. So for us it's a loss.
It's difficult.
We won't heal now. As I said yes, on Thursday, we're healing but not now. We don't know when, but we'll heal, because the way he's gone also is difficult for us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. That is Miss Judith Williams, somebody who works very closely with Katlego Bereng. I think you can just tell from what she's told us so far about the kind of person he was, a people's person, somebody who was very much loved by his community. You can see here, as we are preparing to, begin with the funeral proceedings, we have been hit by load shedding. However, you can see that the venue itself has been decorated with flowers, as well as a picture of Katlego. And of course, like Miss Judith Williams said, that it's going to be a very emotional day for the family as they say their final goodbyes.
Quite a loss, I have to say, to the Bereng family, but also Katlego's, community of friends, loved ones. And I could just definitely, see by the emotions in your guest's face that this is a loss. This is a true loss for them. We'll be sure to catch up with you, though, colleague, as soon as there are any other developments with regards to the funeral. Those proceedings taking place today out in Bloemfontein, and our senior reporter, that's Silindelo Masikane, following through at the funeral for us.